Prince Andrew like puts his hand up at me and he goes, I don't believe that. And so I said, like, when you say your daughters kind of go through this exact experience? And he looks at me and he goes, but we're not like common people.
Welcome to episode 2 of Unfinished. So this one wasn't actually the second episode I recorded. This is one of the latest episodes I've recorded. I wanted to release it early though because it was just such a fun conversation for one. And the second reason is because I originally thought I'd lost this episode. So I was like, let's get it out before it gets lost again. What happened was originally I was recording this with my guest Rose and Juan on the last day that I was in Tokyo. And so I had a flight like 3 or 4 hours after this podcast was scheduled. And we were planning to go to this karaoke called Big Echo in Tokyo for anyone that knows it. But to rent out a room in karaoke was freaking expensive. So they managed to find us another place. But unfortunately, that place, the Wi-Fi was really bad. Like in general, the Wi-Fi in Japan is freaking horrendous. I swear, I don't know how it is that bad. But I then had to run to the airport. So we closed down the laptop. I didn't have that much time to check the recording. I got to Korea. And when I got there, I finally looked at it and I was like, oh, crap. Only about like 14 minutes was uploaded. I messaged Rose and we're like, guys, do you have any backups? Because like I lost everything. I don't know what to do. Fortunately, though, somehow there was a backup on like the Riverside cloud server. And that's what I managed to install onto my system because I didn't refresh my browser. So yeah, the conversation was saved and now you get to listen to it.
All right, let's get to it before you run out of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess origin story. Let's start with that.
Okay, well, when did we meet? We met in 2024?
23?
23?
23. I think it was it 23 or 24 actually? No, it was 24. Yeah, it was 24. It was 24. Yeah.
And then you just landed in our share house.
Yeah, in Oak House.
Yeah.
Wait, how long have you guys been living there before that?
I think about when did you get there?
I got there December 23.
So we were there like 6 months already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And now we're still there. So.
Yeah.
3 years total.
When I met you, you guys were like, oh yeah, we might travel around the world, go to like Australia, go to Canada, live in different parts.
Oh, we were just waiting 3 years later to do that.
So we're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got busy with like businessing, and then like, and then life took over and Rose was learning Japanese and I was just working full time. And we're like, when you first met us, we were I feel like we just had started our business and we weren't entirely sure where we were going to take it. Yeah.
The ninja proposal one.
Yeah.
That's right.
We had like our first booking, like I think like a month after we met you.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it was 2023?
2024. Beginning of 24.
Yeah.
So end of 23, beginning.
Our first customer was around
like February.
And then April after that was like our first 6 other customers. And then about almost like 700 customers later.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have like grown like insane.
Yeah. It's been crazy. I think like we're one of the good part of it. It's like our problem is that we have too much work now.
Yeah.
I mean, in this economy, that's a good problem to have.
I know. We're just tired.
Very tired.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out a lot of internal things still to this day, which is tiring us. So externally, we look fine.
Yeah.
Surfers were paddling like crazy.
Yeah. That's startup life though, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's it. So.
Sorry. And you, what were you doing again when you visited?
Last time?
Yeah, last time.
I was just telling Rose before this. I was quitting the startup that I'd founded.
Yeah.
So I was in a very messy startup, co-founder breakup, trying to sort life out. It was a very weird time, and so I was just going through a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Saying, goodbye to the team, to the project, to everything. And then also just being like, I don't want to be in Europe right now. Let's go Asia and like run away from my problems for a while.
Good place.
Yeah, but I mean, I knew even then, like, I still wanted to be in the startup world and do more startup stuff. But it was a really weird thing because, like, I'd left my stable job to do the startup.
Yeah.
Then I'd been doing that for, I think, about a year. Yeah, about a year plus when I came here in 24, and then I think it was like, and then the next 6 months around that point was like the breakup. So it was like all that time you don't really have money.
Yeah.
And so a lot of uncertainty. And I was like, okay, I have savings. I know I need a break, so I'm going to see where it goes. And then it was like, I think for that year after I left, I actually started a games industry podcast.
Yeah.
So I was doing that. And, Will from the Share House?
Yeah.
He was a guest. He was a guest on that. So we talked about a little bit like life in Japan and stuff like that. So I'd done like the podcast. I'd been trying to find freelance gigs. The games industry was collapsing. Everything in the world seemed to be going wrong. So that was like that time period basically. And then, I think a lot of it since then for me has just been like, life.
Yeah.
Just deal with it kind of thing.
You've been running around a lot, right?
Yeah. I think since then it's like every 1 or 2 months I've been in a different country. So it's a bit too much though. It's a bit too much. Yeah. But then it was like, then AI happened. A lot of crazy stuff's happened in the world. So
I feel like I can relate to a lot of your story in terms of, I think you and I were both going through like big changes of our career and startups.
Yeah.
AI at the same time.
Ugh.
For me, like I had my first startup, which was like in the fashion space.
Mm-hmm.
I also did the whole try and get co-founders and hire people. And I burnt out because I was like spending too much time like paying my own team with my own money because we weren't generating anything yet. We were still at the R&D concept. Right. And still validating our product. And then just to keep them on board, like, I was paying them, but they also had a lot of ideas that I wasn't quite sure about the ideas. And I was like, look, all right, if you're really passionate about that idea, like, all right, here's a budget and like I'll fund it and then you go nuts with it. But then I trusted their plan too much. Where, we were spending money on things that we didn't need to be in the bottom line. Because for me, finance is not my strongest suit, right? So I don't think I questioned the team well enough. And so, it just burned through all of my savings. So our post-startup, I had a double whammy of just like, your dreams crushed, but also on top of that, like no money in my bank account.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I was like really poor. And it really sucked because I am someone who saves a lot of money, right? Like I like to save. And so I had such a nest egg only to completely burn through it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to get back into the work. Like
I know what you mean. I can't do that.
And I think when you start becoming self-employed, you do have this stench of I'm a self-employed person that makes people not want to hire you so much.
Yes, 100%.
It makes it really difficult because they're like, oh well, you're a bit of a cowboy. Like, are you really going to?
You're gonna leave in like half a year. Yeah, you're gonna find something else to do. Yeah,
that's it. So I end up kind of being forced going down a route of being a contractor instead. But on top of that, I started getting a lot of individual work from like different people I knew because what I got out of the startup was a lot of networks. Yeah. And so I built like quite a like customer base of clients. And so I was like, okay, startup didn't work out. Maybe my next thing, my swan song will be my agency.
Yeah, because you're doing design agency, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You met us at the time when I had my last client.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She onboarded me to help her with that one.
Yeah. And like I was also like Juan was so poor.
I was so broke, dude. So bad.
I mean, hey, 2 years later.
Yeah, like dude, this is like when my first paycheck from my job I got in Japan hit, I had like $50 left in my account. And we were like traveling. We were like traveling to like Hokkaido.
Yeah, you did like a ski trip, right?
Yeah,
it was like that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Hakuba for a month. And then I was
I remember.
running out of money, and I still like my paycheck. I'm like, oh oh.
That was with the truck company.
Yeah,
right?
The overland cars.
Yeah, and before then, like Juan was like, all right, I could stay here in Japan, but I only have like $2,000 in my bank account, so I'm gonna have to leave very soon.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, or I can move in.
Yeah, I was like, look, I'm going to Canada, or we have to move in together. This is the two options we have.
We put like our relationship on an ultimatum.
Yeah. Wait, so how did you guys actually meet? You met here, right?
Yeah. A common friend. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, yeah, and it was really fun because we were both kind of like unemployed and like.
So you had time. That's the only good thing about being unemployed.
Sometimes like hanging out.
Yeah. And because of that, like I had to make a choice. Being like, okay, well, we were like 2 months into our relationship.
Oh, and you moved in?
Oh, I had no choice.
So it's basically like a COVID relationship, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. But it really was like, look, like it's not that I want to force you. It's like I gotta go, or we have to do this. You know, like she could have let me go at that time, but she didn't. You know,
I mean,
maybe it was a good thing.
and luckily I had my very last client who was it was a big project, and I was like, you know what, work you keep. So I like enrolled him, like got him on board to become like you know my lackey, like project manager, and I was doing UX UI design. And like a whole rebranding for a finance company who had 3 companies.
Oh,
like
interesting.
I say finance company, they were actually in debt collection.
In Australia? Or?
In Australia, yeah. So I had debt, and they're on the ASX, so like a very big company, right? And I was doing all 3 websites, and I got Juan to on board, and thank God he did join, because like, you know, it was so big of a project. And all on our own, and we had short deadlines, and we were working day and night. But I think what was really good is that we learned that we work really well together.
I think that was like the basis of us doing like, oh, we can make something.
Do another business now. Like a startup life.
So we should keep going.
That like, you know, that gave like us a bit of cash to like keep going and move forward. But like that project was my last project because I was actually so burnt out because I thought starting an agency would be my thing. Right?
No.
I was like, oh,
everybody wants that.
I was like, oh, how high would it be if I, you know, to start 1,000 mini projects at the same time?
Right.
Agency is like, and yeah, you know, I also built a separate team to that. I built them up, like, you know, it was a lot of work. I ended up becoming more of a manager, even more so than before. And I was burning me out severely, and that all just coincided at the AI boom.
Okay.
And everybody was like, you know, I started losing customers and stuff because, you know, creativity is the first thing to go.
I don't know, because like for me, it's come to, well, maybe now, like after the fact, right? Because one is everyone's getting unemployed now. Like everyone's freaking getting unemployed. So you guys are in the safe thing because you're going out into the real world doing real world shit now. So you're in a good place. But I think for AI, it's become a lot more around because like software is cheap now. So it's all about taste. So I'd imagine like UI UX is even more important.
Yeah, I get that. But like we were doing it at the start of it. At the start of it, it was like, oh, well, you know, I can do my own websites. I can do my own logos. I can do my own this and that, right? Like, especially because I was serving a lot of like early stage startups.
Yeah.
And they don't have a lot of money and stuff. So like, I was definitely losing a lot of that small stuff.
Yeah.
Biggest
for
stuff
them,
was like, I was also, you know, consulting and as well as doing contracts as well with like bigger clients. And yeah, with that, it was just more of a whole like, I think, there were a lot of restructuring in all those big organizations. And being not an employee, like I was like first to go, obviously, you know? So there's a combination of like indirect and direct impacts of AI in the spaces that I got in the end impacted by my whole entire model, my business model. So because of that, like I was burning out.
That's fair.
If I can't even make websites for people and I can't even do more complex work for others because I'm just expendable, like, what am I?
Oh, yeah. I know the feeling.
So, and then like this last client with this last big website project and everything, it was great. But there's a lot of things that are outside my wheelhouse of expertise, like more of the technical. Like I made the websites and stuff, but there was like security levels and stuff like that. That's just like really outside my wheelhouse as my own personal experience.
Yeah.
So, as much as like I could have continued and solving these problems internally and expanding our expertise space in my organization. I'm like, this is too much work.
It is a lot of work.
I think, and then the biggest lesson from that was just like, go simple. Right?
Go simple.
Like for my mentality, for my mental sake, like I am someone who's capable of like doing so many complex projects and understanding complexities, like not only did I do things in the fashion space or like the sports space, but I was doing things in military and health care and
like for design or
for design.
Okay, yeah.
So I would have to be like a subject matter expert in all of them.
Yeah.
So I was just getting really tired, and I'm like as much as I was able to do it at 22, I couldn't really do it in my late 20s and entering my 30s at that time.
No, I agree. I had similar because I've done finance, I've done consulting, I've done gaming, I've done tech, B2B SaaS, the whole spectrum. And then it's like, that's why, again, to the point of like, I think I got desperate when I burnt out and I was just like, okay, I don't care. I just need a job now. So I spent like 1,000 applications. Everyone's just like, no, because I have I'm jumping every couple of years.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, tell us about your startup. I'm like, so this happened. They're like, okay. And then it's like in that weird in-between phase where I'm like, again, end of 20s, beginning of 30s. And they're just like, so you're not a junior.
Yeah.
But you haven't done this for 10 years. So we're not going to give you mid or senior.
Yeah.
And then you also don't belong in necessarily just this industry. So I don't really know how to place you because we need boxes. And I'm like, you're like, and that's a box. And then I'm just like, yeah, but I know I'm good. And they're just like, yeah, but then you'll probably leave.
And that's so contrary to the advice that's giving out these days. They're like, being a jack of trades is better in this AI age. But I
think it is like if you're doing your own business.
I think that's it. Like my profile was built to do my own business, right? Like I've been in startups my whole life. I've done startup, scale up, corporate, everything, different industries, jumped around, lots of different hats, like marketing, product management, all the stuff.
But it just means you think you better lie in it. As I was saying, it was just like I had the jack of trades stench.
Yeah.
So it made me unhireable.
Yeah, exactly. It does make you unhireable. Because it's people are like, oh no, we want specialists. We want a scalpel. We don't need everything. You just need to go deep in one thing. Because I think that's just how traditional companies are kind of run, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, you just do this one thing. This is the only thing that your life consists of. And that's just what we want. We don't want anything else. We don't want people to think. Because thinking is hard, right? Thinking makes problems for people.
For 100%.
That's the main issue with any corporate. That's why they move slow. Because it's the more you think, the more your manager has to have hassle. And then more especially when it comes to politics, they're just we don't want people to think. Thinking 100%. Is a problem.
I feel like businesses need grunts and thinkers. The thinkers, they like to put them up higher, and then having grunts at the bottom that won't overtake them. We don't want you to have too big of an idea.
Exactly.
But how do you get up there if you don't do some of the groundwork?
Yeah, but they don't want. Yeah, but they don't want you going.
I mean, they don't want because now I guess it's different here, right? Because in Japan they have a retirement age, but UK, Europe, US, people the old people that we're talking, they're still employed into their 70s now, and they've been there for 40 years.
Well, yeah, you know what, right? The Japan's working system is that it's very hard to fire someone.
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
It's almost impossible. You can't. It's not as simple as put them in a personal improvement plan and then.
Yeah. I mean, Europe's also pretty hard.
Yeah. Apparently, you have to figure out a role. You have to create a brand. You have to try and figure out different roles that this person can be put into an organization before you even consider firing them. So it's literally why older people are still working.
Yeah, but I mean that's pretty similar in Europe in general because we have the same thing of it's very hard depending where. The UK is a little bit easier, but I remember being in the Netherlands. Most companies, when I was living there, they did not want to give you a permanent contract. So it was you can do, I think, 3 years without permanent contract. And then in that third year, half the people usually got fired because they're just we don't want to give you a permanent contract. If we give you a permanent contract, it means, we're going to be liable for all this stuff. Your taxes go up. You have a lot more hassle. And then like, you cannot get rid of this person.
Yeah.
So like, I think when they did try and fire or let people go, half those people like sued the companies and they lost, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years worth of pay for this person.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of hassle even there. I think Japan is worse because it's Japan.
Yeah.
But it is still something that I'm seeing in most parts of the world. And that's the problem, right? Like when people get to the senior level, they're just like, okay, we're never going to leave because we're just minting money for doing nothing.
You're just making money for barely working at that point.
Yeah. But then you guys went to ninja photography.
Yeah, so post that, like after finishing and wrapping up that project, and Juan and I were like, oh, we can work well together. I was like, I never want to work ever again. I was really burnt out.
Yeah.
I just want a break.
I want a break.
Yeah,
and then Juan was like, yeah, but like the money that we made on this website or whatever, like ain't gonna help me survive. So I'm gonna go and find some work myself.
Yeah.
I just got like really like neck deep into like I was doing a bit of like videography work back at home. I was doing like marketing for like an airline for a while, and it was like really fun. I like that a lot. And then like I was like, I got here and I was like, I gotta monetize these skills. So I'm not, So I started like shooting like club events. I was doing like, I met this guy at a party, and then like I was shooting like this DJ. And I was like the biggest jerk I've ever made in my life. And it was just like every like really awful videography and photography gig I could find. Like I was working for Oak House for a while too.
Oh yeah, I remember. Like, you made the video for Foro. Yeah.
I made like 6 projects for these guys.
Really?
And then like finally like
I had a friend who was coming. So around that time I had told all of my friends back home that like, oh, I'm in Japan, and everyone's like, I'm gonna join you too. So back to back I had friends just visiting every week. Like I had no me time. It was just me.
I barely saw Rose at the time.
Yeah. I literally became like a full-time like tour guide to all of my friends, right? For a whole entire year. And one friend in particular came down and he was like, oh, next week, like my partner's going to join me.
Oh,
and
nice.
Proposed to her, like, looking for photographer. And I was like, well.
I know someone.
Do we know somebody?
Yeah.
And then it's funny because he reached out to me and I go, I have never done this in my life. I cannot promise you anything, but I'll do it for $500.
Okay.
And then he said, okay.
Yeah, deal.
Why not?
And I was like, all right, well, this is happening.
Yeah. So it was at Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
And so that one, I was like, Juan did all the research and everything to where to go and everything. I think it was like he was like our friend. His name was Chris. He was like, the benefit of it was that his partner hadn't met Juan yet.
Yeah, she didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But she had actually seen me in a photo. She mentioned later.
Oh, really?
But she didn't
initially. Yeah.
Yeah. So Juan did the whole stealthy thing, like hiding and stuff.
Yeah, and I was just there, and like it's the whole thing was like such a flash. It was like, oh, we found like this spot with like 2 little like red leaf trees because it was the season, the momiji. And then they just kind of stood there, and I was just like kind of awkwardly like standing there, like like on the side of the water.
Yeah, like, he's pretending to be a stranger.
Yeah, it's like a couple other tourists around there. And then it's like, oh, it's happening. And I started taking the photos, and I go like, oh wow, like the first time you see a proposal in person, and there's like tears and happiness, like it really hits you. Like I was like, oh, it's pretty. This is beautiful. And
it was really funny because that night he came home and he was just like, I had the best time ever. I love, like proposals are so good. I was so moved. And then I was like, this is so funny because I was like, you know what? Maybe this is our thing because you've been coming back from every other gig and like, I don't know. And then this one was like the most fun. So I was like, if there's anything I'm good at, making websites. Making brands. I'm like, let's do it tonight.
Best way to do it.
Like I called it the Dave Challenge because the night, like the week before, my friend Dave came. And he's like, can you make me like a music website?
Yeah.
And within like 1 hour, we photographed him. We photographed him and like rocking it out in our bedroom. And then like put it on the website. We made this whole like copy and everything like that.
Nice.
We just like in 1.5 hours, we just like whipped out a whole entire website for him. And I was like, whoa, this is like the most efficient. We should be doing this. So I was like, let's Dave challenge this, this proposal photography idea that we had. So like we whipped up like a name really quickly. Like we were just like brainstorming.
I was like, what's Japanese?
What's Japanese?
Okay, ninja, let's go.
Puzzles, ninja. We're like, all right, we'll do it.
Like,
ninja.
Next thing.
All right, we were like, the shrine next door. I'm like, all right, run to the shrine. We're going to take some photos of him at the shrine.
The shrine is
like,
good.
hiding behind things in the shrine. And then we ran back in. He quickly edited. I quickly whipped up a Webby. And then, within like it wasn't an hour and a half, unfortunately.
I think it's a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. A day is pretty good.
Great website. We launched it. But it and this coincided at the same time as that we were planning to go to Hakuba.
Yeah. This
is
like
the
a
month
after
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, so next thing I know is that we got to push out the ads. We'll make some ads. But I was like, this website's really funny because it's like one case study. One photo just repeated.
One shoot on the whole thing. And we're like, we're professionals. We do this.
True.
No.
At some point, I just had to find some stock pictures on the internet.
Yeah. We borrowed photos for 1 month. And then we...
we used this as like a royalty-free website. Yeah. And then you...
nice.
So excited about
like Shutterstock or something.
In the photos that we used.
No.
And we even got like a blank
couples
hand
photos.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we just like put it out there. We put ads out there, and then we were like, okay, let's see if we any bites, right? And we got to Hakuba, and it was really funny because I was like, we can't keep advertising on stock footage, we gotta find our own content. So we were like in Hakuba, like looking at couples all day long, being like, they be good.
It's photography.
You guys are pretty chill.
And then I'd be like, you approach me. Like it was so funny. We'd be like, hey, we think you guys look good.
Can we take a picture, please?
I don't think we ended up getting any either.
Well, no, we tried, remember? We tried to get Calvin and Lizzie.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
They didn't have time.
But like everyone we asked was just like, oh no, fuck, I'll be creeps. Anyway, so we were so desperate just to try and find any couple to have us case studies while we were up in the snow. And we had 0 bites on the ads that we put up on the thing. We were just like, oh, like we have a lot of views, but no.
Yeah, no people clicking.
And I was just like so sad. I was like, oh, well.
Like this doesn't work.
This business, I guess this is stupid. Yeah. And then finally we get a message, right? It was on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. Because we created an Instagram too with it, but we had like one post on the Instagram.
And then it was like, hey, I've been trying to reach you on your website, but you're not replying. But I really need like a proposal. Like, I'm organizing my friend's proposal, and it's happening like next week.
And then we look at each other like on the website, like there's no inquiries on the email. Nothing's happening here.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. And it's the classic, how like, a plumber's toilet is never plumbed.
Yeah.
It's like, a website designer's website's form is never connected.
Oh shit!
So
okay.
I forgot to connect my fucking website's form.
And they were not being registered.
They weren't being registered. And then when I finally connected it, our inbox went crazy. It was like every hour, like ding, 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 ding. Hey, I'm doing a proposal. We're like, whoa, holy shit! Yeah. So we ran and like. That first customer was like, it was really funny. She was like, okay, we're gonna book you in, but admittedly, you've only got 1 case study in your website. Do you have any other photos? And Juan's like, yes.
And I go, yes, I'll send them to you later. And then I look at Rose, we're like, we have to go shoot photos.
It's like, how do we get this? How do we get the case studies?
So like,
I'll send it tonight.
So we'll send it tonight. We grabbed our gear and we ran to Sensoji.
Okay.
And we just started asking random couples, can we take your photo for free?
And
we'll send you the photos, man.
We still have the reel on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Just doing that.
So we just ran around and we got like 6 or 8 couples and we just like taking their photo, like getting them to just show us. Like one of them was actually recently engaged, so like they're showing their ring and all like that.
Okay.
And then we edited that and sent it to the customer on the same day. Like,
yeah.
the bank.
Yeah. The guy's like, yeah, looks good. And then, so yeah, that's how we got our first customer, just like faking it till you make it.
I mean, yeah, it's the best way to do it. But I'm not even faking because he did it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And the photo from first proposal is still the first photo on our website.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you open the website, that is the top photo.
Somehow we lucked out. Like, it is such a beautiful photo, and we've never been able to recreate the conditions of this photo because it was that perfect. So everything that just happened was perfect. And that photo is still the photo that books every single job for us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crazy.
So
We got, like, a lot of our first were really perfect. Like, perfect early customers, perfect places.
Yeah.
A lot of things aligned for us at the start.
We were really lucky. I think we just came in at the perfect time for it, like just the start of this boom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was also like end of COVID, so people were finally coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had just like the perfect storm of skills, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it started off with me sending off Juan, being like, all right, you go shoot, and I'll be at the back just like doing an organization and stuff like that, the business side of things.
Yeah.
And, but that quickly kind of changed when the more demand grew, you know?
Yeah.
And Juan still had to actually get a real job because at the time it was too difficult. Like, it was still impossible for us to really try and get a visa under our self-employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Juan ended up having to
Work full time. Yeah.
Full-time,
Yeah. That's when I got the.
Oh, so you were doing that and this at the same time?
Yeah, I was doing 8 hours a day at the overlaying place, and then I would get home, edit photos, or I would go like shoot in the morning, then go to work in the evening.
Yeah.
Every day, like for 2 years straight.
He was burnt out like crazy. So at some point, Juan's like, you're going to have to learn how to shoot, Rose.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I did photography at high school.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have worked with photographers, like, especially when I was on my fashion project, like my
Yeah.
like I knew what photographers did, but I also knew that there was a lot of work that photographers did. So I was like, you do you, boo, you know, right? It's like I always kind of distance myself from that art. And the fact that Juan was like, no, you need to learn, like, you know.
Gotta get your hands dirty.
Yeah, like I literally did the whole, like, before I met Juan, I bought a camera and everything and just let it sit on the shelf. Because I
never used that.
I never
She
used
was like,
Yeah.
oh, the camera's bad. And I'm like, no, it's not. She gave me the camera, I took a couple photos, like, see, it worked.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to use it. I was like on auto.
I'm on that trip still. I bought a film camera when I was in Japan last time. I think I used it when I was in Japan, and it's still on my shelf now.
Yeah.
And so, but the film cameras are a bit harder. I feel they're so expensive.
They are, but digital ones, I think the upfront cost of digital is way more. So I'm just like,
But it's because, you know, I've taken like thousands of photos with my digital camera. Like I would have easily like burned through like, you know, 100 rolls of film. You know?
Yeah.
It would have cost me an arm and a leg by now.
yeah, I think I was with both this podcast and with like I got into vinyl. I was very into the analog phase of my life. At that point, I'm like, okay, we're going vinyl, we're going film camera. I don't want digital. There's something about the scarcity of like one shot, you know.
It feels good. Like
It
it's
feels
such
good.
a good feeling. You take your time. Like, do I take this shot? Do I not take?
Exactly.
And it's so good.
'Cause,
I
like,
love that.
With my phone or with a digital one, I'm just like click, 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 run, click, 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 run.
Yeah.
You know, there's no time to breathe. Whereas with this, it's like, okay, this is expensive. You know, I have 24 pictures in this thing.
Yeah.
If it's not good, I've wasted like, I don't know, a couple of pounds
like
or something.
$3.
Yeah.
Shot.
You've
It's
done
like,
a lot of thinking.
So I'm like, oh, is this the right angle? Ugh. And I think that also makes you appreciate the space more. Because then I've started doing like photo walks with that. Where it's like, you know, even if I walk maybe, because usually in London or wherever, I'm just running through. And I'm like, okay, I've done like, I don't know, 30 kilometers today. But then it's like with the photo walk, it's like, oh, I did like 1 kilometer, but in like a whole day. But it was really nice because I took time with everything.
yeah, and you look at things. And you
Yeah.
absorb like your surroundings a lot more.
Yeah.
I think like that's the beauty of like, I think just, yeah, like taking your time a bit more sometimes. Like it's so hard. Like everything's so fast now. Everything happens like this. You're like, why would I stand here for so long? And the thing is like, you need a reason to like justify, like just taking your time now.
Yeah. I know. I think we just all need time to have hobbies.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I have too many, but you know,
I know.
it's the other downside of it.
Our ADHD brains, you know.
Yeah, it'll just go everywhere. I remember it was like when I met you, you had a lot of stories about like Japan and stuff. Like you knew the Shibuya meltdown guy,
Yeah.
and you know all of that. And it was what I think Prince Albert came to your startup, right?
Oh God, I don't know.
That story's PTSD.
Yeah.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I met Prince Andrew.
Mm.
Prince Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah. Before all of that.
He was the guy who like drove drunk driving guy, right? Is it that guy?
He's the one who got
Prince Andrew. Don't you know Prince Andrew? Isn't he?
I probably do, but I don't really care. I don't keep up with the royals.
It's your history.
Okay, see,
could you not?
The rest of the world is more obsessed with the royals than the British people are, right? They're a foreign commodity. You know, that's how it works. Like, I don't know. I find Trump more fascinating. At least like that's entertaining. The British, like, see, from the outside, it's entertaining. When you're living there, it's terrible. Well, right now it's affecting the whole world, so it's terrible. But like with the royals, it's like in the UK, it's terrible because you don't want to know how much your tax money is going to these assholes. So I'm like, I don't want to see this. I want to see the shit in the rest of the world.
Maybe it's true. Like they don't do much anyway. They're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, they cultivate the Commonwealth.
Yeah, and use our taxpayer money.
Oh God, should I tell you?
Yeah, go for it.
Story?
Go for it.
Oh, okay. For you that you don't know about Prince Andrew, I'll give you the lowdown of who he is.
Yes.
So he is one of the sons of our late, Queen
Elizabeth. Yeah.
And what is he? The fourth son?
I have no idea. I just know Philip because he's king.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, because he's so far from the throne, he's kind of he can do whatever the fuck he wants,
Yeah.
compared to the rest. And so he's so far from the throne, Queen Elizabeth loved him, like enjoyed it, like, he was like favorite child.
Oh, okay.
So that
he's just spoiled.
The nepotism, the spoiledness or whatever is like his hubris is so big, right? And so his idea or his thing is that I'm the the cool prince. I'm the prince I'm the innovative prince. I'm the business prince.
Okay.
Entrepreneurial one. And so that's what he sold himself for a very long time as. And he started this whole program called Pitch at the Palace, where you would pitch your idea in the Commonwealth and get a bit of funding or something like that, and just like a lot of exposure through it. And so of course, Australia is part of the Commonwealth. So is Canada.
So is Canada.
Commonwealth. Yeah.
Welcome.
So is India.
All the Commonwealth. Every country.
Pretty much.
Cricket?
No. Yeah, India does.
Not part of the Commonwealth.
That's just how it is.
We didn't get that bit, all right?
Anyway, so it's Pitch to the Palace, and it goes around the Commonwealth to get you to pitch your big ideas and stuff like that. My university, so I had graduated, I had a really big vision for my fashion startup. So my fashion startup was about eliminating waste, like post-consumer waste. And the concept was that I wanted to give people the ability to create communities around their clothes. So imagine...
Yeah. I think that's really big now, right? You have all the resells and like the fashion stuff. Yeah.
But just like more elevated and more controlled by the brands that the brands belong to. So imagine, your Ralph Lauren or something, and you can now finally connect all of your Ralph Lauren customers together to then trade. And then you as Ralph Lauren can actually have the ability to know what people liked about your previous collections, and you have that knowledge base to either re-release or to, elevated to a level where it can be resold in a different way. Like, and I still think it's a very strong idea. I think it's really cool. A very cool thing to do. It's just too big of an idea for someone as little as I am to create.
No.
So I had that as a big vision. My inability at the time was that I was still too young and naive, and, like every time I tried to communicate my idea to people would be like, "Oh, that's nice, little girl. Why don't you change it? Why don't you change your idea to be more about like renting or reselling my own clothes I already own?" I'm like, that's just a different concept altogether. Like I'm more thinking more broader and doing it from a grassroots level, from a ground up, from the manufacturing front, not from like a post-consumer level. Anyway, it was very difficult for me to pitch this without people trying to weigh things on. So like my pitch started to really evolve and change and get complicated a little. So I actually started struggling with doing my elevator pitch.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So I and I was always told, like, always start with a problem first when you pitch your elevator idea. But I think you would relate to this, right? Because not everything has like a big grand problem that you always have to tell people. Like sometimes things are just inherently like, I know what the problem is.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I struggled with my pitching. So I started off with like, okay, what's a fact that I really want to solve? The fact that I want to solve is that there's a lot of consumer waste. And I found that and I believe this is true, like, and I from my research that, you know, young women are getting sick of their clothes after 3 wears and will actually throw it out after 7.
Damn.
And I mean, that's not actually a crazy concept to consider, knowing that we've got now fast fashion, Shein.
True.
People wear something at a festival and then throw it out the next day. Like, I think my fact is quite true, despite all, and it's even worse now in this day and age.
Yeah, now it's crazy how fast things move.
You can buy a new shirt for every day of your life for like $7 every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, here I am as a hoarder. I have like a collection of like clothes from 10 years ago that's still on my shelf, and I still buy more. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with them, but they still fit. So I feel like, but it's also like different points in life. So I'm like, I don't really like that anymore, but maybe one day I'll go back to it.
Yeah. Like, I don't do enough handiwork to wear all these. Just like dirty them up.
Yeah.
I think there was one time I had a job where I decided every day I will go in with a different shirt. And I did not run out of shirts before I quit that job. It was like 9 months. Every single day I went into the office with a different shirt. I was like, yeah, I made it. And then I quit that job in 9 months, and I was like, I've never worn the same shirt. But it was 5 days a week, right? I didn't do the weekends.
Yeah.
So I was like, for those 5 days to 9 months, I was like, okay, new shirt.
Yeah. It was funny if you just like borrowed shirts from people in the office, you know?
Let's go.
Dress up and start up again.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, continue your story.
Yeah, so that's it. It was what was I? That was my pitch. So I like that fact is not that crazy, but admittedly, I don't know like if that's the source and the research of where I got that fact was good and true or whatever. But like I saw the fact and I went, I'm gonna latch onto this because it feels true to me.
Yeah.
Prince Andrew is in this room at my accelerator at my university space. And he's interviewing all of these different businesses. But again, at the time, there's not a lot of girls in startups.
Yeah.
And, you know, we also have this whole stench of, oh, good one, little girl. I love your fashion startup. Like, not taken seriously. And for any female ideas out there at the time.
Yeah.
And so he's walking around and one guy is just like, oh, I'm designing seat covers for the Hyperloop. I'm like, you know, like, I was like, that's cool, but also at the same time, like, when are you going to get a return on that idea? Because the Hyperloop hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but it was
even to this
day,
Yeah, pretty much.
Super exciting ideas that people were getting funded for. Like,
It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Ideas.
Yeah.
Like that year was the Hyperloop was the
back then, yeah. Now it's all the AI startups. I was in SF like last month. It's such a shit show.
Yeah.
Nobody is building anything.
Yeah.
They have like billboards everywhere, raised 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, and they're building nothing.
Yeah.
There is nothing of value. It is just money in a circle jerk.
It's so weird. Like, that's all going to crash so bad.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's AI before then. What it was like NFTs,
metaverse.
VR was one of it.
VR wasn't really that much of a, but I think VR never blew up, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think
VR was like,
kind of been that.
It was like, oh, it's going to be cool, and then it, you know,
Well,
like, that was the.
I mean, that's because of Meta.
Yeah. I think you heard the Meta bit, but before Meta, VR was already.
It was.
Thing,
like Oculus was good. And like, I think it was just too early. I still, like, I like VR. I personally still love VR.
I love VR.
It's cool shit. You know, VR, AR now. AR is becoming more, I think AR is going to be more of a thing, especially in like productivity.
Yeah.
And then like, I know Snap has the new glasses and things.
Yeah.
So I'm still bullish on AR.
See, the problem with AR, and like, I don't know if you've had this experience, but I've always been like, convinced me about AR, right? I want to, like, it sounds cool, right? Every time I go into a shop and have AR glasses, they never work.
They don't. Okay. But I don't know. I feel like the new Snap. So I've got it, I think, somewhere in my bag. they're not AR, but I've got you have the Vituas, which are these like XR, real those ones. So Vitua is another company that does it. It's really good. You just plug it into like any device and it gives you like an automatic screen. So that also has see-through to a degree where I wear it and then I have a screen, I can walk, but you shouldn't do that. But it's really good, like, cause I fly and stuff, you just wear that and you have like this like 130 inch screen in front of you. And then like also from a work perspective, I can just lie down with that.
That's pretty
cool. Like that I like. And I'm like, I think that's just going to get better from like the productivity side of just having these glasses as a screen.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where like AR is going a little bit more. And Snap, I think their new glasses, like you can get the dev kits now. Yeah. From what I've heard, they're the best at the moment on the market, or one of them. So both Viture and those, like, there are changes happening. Okay. And especially like, cause the chip's becoming smaller and everything, we're getting to a point where it's like, I think you just need stuff for these things. So I'm hoping in the next 5 to 10 years, you get stuff and then you can like go in the real world. Cause like I'm building an app right now, like a fun one, which is like, like escape room or like the city treasure hunts. Yeah. So it's like, it's basically, well, I'm going to get AI, but my eventual hope is that I'll just get people on board and people will create their own like maps and mazes of the city. So then it just becomes, okay, like, I'm in Barcelona for the first time. I want like a themed, I don't know, Harry Potter tour going to the top 5 places. And I want it to be like a 3-hour walking tour. And so like create you this maze of a city and like give you a story and some history and everything, like kind of blended in one. And then it's like a puzzle game that you have to solve. I mean, eventually, if the glasses happen, right now it's just an app, right? Like it's just a web app type thing, and you're just like auto-generating like the text and like images and stuff. And then you like have the clues and like puzzles, and you have to solve them to get to the next location. And then like on the way, like eventually I want to make it into an ecosystem where you'll have like restaurant partnerships and things like that. So it'll tell you like good places to go based on like, especially as it gets to know you, like your food preferences or things like that. Because that's another project I'm working on, which is like Tinder for food. Okay. So it's like instead of swiping on people, you swipe on food. And then it'll like tell you.
That could solve sometimes. You're just like, I don't know what to eat. And then like you need like an Uber Eats, but you can kind of swipe it.
Yeah, exactly. Swiping is just a nice mechanic. Yeah. And I'm like, I'd rather swipe on food than people. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like combine those kind of things. And maybe with AR, it can like give you like more.
That could be kind of fun. Stuff. Like I feel like it could be pretty sick, like with the AR aspect. It's just, I don't know how much I want to be seen wearing AR glasses. Yeah. Like as much as I love technology, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Even like the
Meta Ray-Bans, I have those.
I know, like they look like normal glasses.
Like, they do. Yeah, they do. They do just look like normal glasses. I know, with a camera.
But like now you see someone with Ray-Bans, are you fucking cool?
Yeah.
And you're like,
I mean, they're a little bit of a gimmick. They are a little bit of a gimmick, like, but we'll see where it goes.
If you're working and you want to make content and you need your hands, amazing.
Absolutely.
Because like a GoPro on your head, you look really stupid. On your chest, I found like I'm always hiding it with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So like this is peak like angle for sure.
Yeah.
But then like adding like again like it's a bit gimmicky outside of that.
I think right now we're having too much technology fatigue as well. Like
I agree. I mean, but that's kind of why I like the glasses, because it's more about you have that tech. Because I think people are so obsessed with tech, right? Like even walking on the streets, everyone's like that. You don't even look up. With glasses, at least like you have to use them outside. I feel like you're not really going to use them inside that much. Yeah. And so one, it makes you go out, and two is like you're not looking down, you're just looking straight. Yeah. So at least you're seeing the world again.
I think like my main issue with technology fatigue, what you're bringing up, is that like we're trying to fix it with technology.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? True.
Why? Like you could just
Wi-Fi tech with tech. But it's cool, man. It's cool. I mean,
also, people love the challenge of solving their own life problems and their own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the way industry has been built up now and where we are is like, we just hate simple life. We want to overcomplicate shit to like the max level, right? So it's like you overcomplicate it and then you're like, let's overcomplicate it more because it's not complex. Like that's like every business. I feel like it's like, we got to add more. Yeah. We just got to add more. We just got to make it more complex.
We add more and then they sell us a product to make it easier. You know what I mean? You have all these problems, but we can.
Yeah. It's like, we're building something else that will help you solve this. And then something else will solve this. And it's like a chain of like.
It's like Gmail doesn't have enough features built in. And they're like, but you can pay $10 a month to have this add-on that fixes Gmail. And you're like, just make Gmail good.
You're just going to make everything worse. But that's how I see software and tech now. I'm just like, it is all just like a built up system of nothingness. Yeah. Just for like the point of like, especially like B2B SaaS. Yeah. Like that whole industry is like non-existent. It's worthless. It does nothing for shit.
It's a little middleman.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to
your story. Back to your story.
Prince Andrew. So on the topic of just like the booming of like, you know, hype trendy industries or whatever, like Prince Andrew was walking around the room being like, oh wow, ooh, Hyperloop.
Yeah.
And then and sustainability wasn't cool and trendy anymore at this point, right?
No.
So yeah, he starts walking towards me, and like I was really nervous because obviously I was like, oh my God, it's the royalty. And as well as I was freaking out about like, okay, how do I pitch this that would appeal to him?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
so this old dude.
Yeah, I'll pitch it in the way where I extrapolate it from the broader problem, right? So he comes to me and he goes, okay, little girl, what's your business? And I go, okay, so my business is to solve fashion waste, and that, you know, I'm working off the problem that basically young women are getting sick of their clothes after 7 and throwing it out after 3. And so what I do, and he's like, puts his hand up at me and he goes, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I was like, oh, what don't you believe? He goes, I don't believe that people are throwing out their clothes like that. It's like, I've been wearing all my clothes a million times and I don't throw out my clothes. Then he walks around the room and he's just like walking and he talks to every freaking dude in the room, right? And my fact was about young women. And he goes, how many times have you worn that shirt? And he was like, oh, I wear this every single day. And then it's just like, when do you throw out your shirts? It's like, oh, I don't throw them out at all. And then the next person is like, oh, I've been wearing mine for 20 years and I wear it even when there's a million holes. I don't throw out my clothes. And so he was just interviewing every single guy. And then I pop up, I'm like, well, actually, why don't we ask the women in this room, huh? And there was like no women in the room. And then he was just like, he looks around and I go, well, you know, wouldn't you say that your daughters are like experiencing this problem? And that was the year, if you remember, like Prince Charles, no, not Prince Charles, William
Charles
got married, right? And he, like, his daughters, like, had these stupid ass hats. And then they were, like, dragged in the media for having such stupid hats. And, like, you know, their outfits will rip to shreds in terms of, like, the media being like, that's ugly, right? Like, you are not exempt from this problem. Like, your family is not exempt from the problem. And so I said, like, when you say your daughters kind of go through this exact experience? And he looks at me and he goes, but we're not like common people.
Oh.
You know?
When it alienate you.
Yeah, we're not like common people. I'm like, yeah, well, what I do is, and like, cause I was just like, whatever, man. Like, well, what I do, he like puts his hand up to my face and he goes, we're done. And he walks out. And then I was like, and then everyone in the room went, ha, 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 ha. Everyone laughed, right? And I just remember being so humiliated. Like my friends around me just was like, what the hell? And I just like ran out of the room and went into the toilet and I cried my eyes out.
This is like Rose's villain arc.
I mean,
yeah. This is.
I was like, you know, I was like,
I mean, it must have been validation when, you know,
exactly.
That was great.
Like, as soon as everything that came out in the media about Prince Andrew, I was like, yes, I knew it. I was on the right side of history. This fucking guy, everyone was ass kissing this guy when he's an asshole, you know? And so I was like, oh, I had Sean Fraud, you know, I was like, this is amazing. Like, this guy's POC. No, not POC, POS.
Yeah.
Piece of cheese.
Piece of cheese. Anyway, so like I'm so glad that like that happened and that, you know, and in retrospect it's like good. I never, you know, that was my interaction. Like I had a very true to his character like a assessment of this guy, and it's very funny now to this day. Now I have a story about him.
Yeah.
And you know, like yeah. It's like it's like really funny because every time the news come out, I'm like, guys, and everyone's like, I know.
Yeah.
I don't tell the story too much anymore because it sounds like a bit of a brag.
I mean, I would brag. It's a pretty cool brag. Exactly. I mean, why not? You know, it's a fun story.
Yeah.
And he is an asshole. He deserves his comeuppance.
Yeah, like that really rounded your story because the first time she told me this, it wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's crazy you have this graph with this guy, you know? I was like, I barely really knew him. I'm like, damn, you really got this graph against this royal.
I was like sitting at the TV and
like we were watching Royals together too.
Nice.
Other
yeah.
I'm like pause with him, like, see this guy, this character, he's a
console. This guy, he's the one.
Yeah,
nice.
I know. So yeah, no, that's a really funny part of the story. But I mean, circling back to the other story, which is about like our business and everything.
Yes.
Which is that now me and Juan, we're shooting together and like now I capture photos.
Nice.
Well, we did. I forgot what we.
Yeah, we totally went photos.
Rose takes photos now.
I now take photos because this guy forced me. This guy forced me to take photos and now I'm like, my career title is photographer.
Really?
You know?
Photographer and like business owner.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good title to have.
Right? So I went like all the life career trajectories and here I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like to say like everything we've all done in our lives is what leads us to where we end. You know what I mean? Everything you've done in your life was important to get you here.
Yeah.
You know, like you wouldn't be here. And even if you're in a bad spot, it could be a starting point of a great thing. Like everything you've done. And like, Rose was like, oh yeah, I did website work and I'm kind of underutilizing this. But I'm like, but you made our website, but you can upgrade our website. You know, that made us who we are still, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I learned to do photography like as a kid with my parents, and then like I'd never used it for years. And then I'm like, oh, now this is my whole life now. You know, it's everything we do.
Speaking of his parents, it's so funny because we're literally following the same path as his parents.
Oh, are they also photographers? Or?
Yeah,
okay.
my dad and my mom. My mom was not a photographer. My mom was a refugee from Venezuela in Canada. They met in Canada. And then the photography business started. My dad had to teach my mom to do photography. The whole thing. The whole thing.
Okay. You went through the same cycle. The photography business, everything. just in a different part of the world.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like the whole thing just loops.
Yeah.
Nice.
And wait,
that's
so you
cool,
can tell us where you're working now. What do you do?
So I work in a company called AnyBrain, which is like still gaming related. It's AI.
Yeah.
But they were actually in the space 10 years ago. So they've been doing this pre-hype.
Yeah.
But essentially what they do is based on like your inputs, the way you touch your phone, the way you type, the way you move your mouse, they can basically verify your identity based on that.
Wow.
So based on input, so it doesn't have proprietary data like your picture or anything else. It's just input. And with that, you can like get age, gender, like identity verification if it's like AI or real, or if somebody's like doing account sharing or hacking.
Wow.
So yeah, we can kind of do all of that stuff. So that's a company. I was friends with them for a while. And then I think I was like, guys, I need some work, my freelance thing. And like the games industry exploded. And I was just like, yeah, I hate games now.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to be in games. So I was going back to AI, doing another startup. And I mean, if I did all in on AI, it's still something you can like make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I'm also at the point of like, I want to build something that actually has value.
Yeah.
So I can't be bothered with B2B, and nobody wants to fund B2C.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, no, B2C doesn't work. And it's just a pain. But I'm just like, I'd rather do things for people than add another block of random shit for more random shit's sake.
Having a soul these days is hard for income.
Exactly. It's the starving artist mentality, right? Yeah. So I mean, I'm doing this with them part-time, 3 days a week. It's pretty good. And I know the team and like pays in like pounds and euros. So for Asia, it's great. And then, on the side, I'm just like the apps that I was talking about, the treasure hunt one, the food one. And then I also run book clubs. Okay. So fun stuff.
What's your mostly?
It's like you'd get a bunch of people to go and eat out together. Yeah.
Just hangouts, pretty much.
Just hangouts. And I guess the podcast as well. My slew of like 10,000 things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think that's also the problem though, is I travel too much and I do too many things to do a serious startup.
Yeah.
Because you need a stable thing. It's really hard without that.
Like we're feeling it.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, I was going to say my first startup was a victim of also me trying to be in different places all the time.
Yeah.
And I think if I would do it again, and I did do it again, is that we just stayed in the one spot.
Yeah.
And focused on the business. And
I agree.
I've gone way further than I did when I was trying to do it remotely and, you know, spreading my time against other things as well.
Yeah. But the business partner aspect, I think, helped a lot. So, like,
the business partner is
being alone
needed.
is such a game changer.
Yes.
I mean, like, I could have never gone this far without Rose. Like Rose is 75% of his business. Like, shooting the photos is the easiest part.
Yeah.
It is the
Yeah.
It
easiest
really
thing.
is.
Like,
No, that's true. It's all the admin bureaucracy in the background.
like, shooting takes
Sales.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then like getting the client, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
Doing all the
it's
stuff.
so long.
Exactly.
Like, everybody has questions.
Yeah.
And the invoicing and keeping track.
And luckily, like, I already had all that knowledge of, like, okay, we got to systemize, we got to, you know, like, this is how we do sales.
Yeah.
From all my experience of that, it's like, yeah, it's just, that's really
life.
where the work is.
Yeah, Rose started us on the right foot, I think.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's true. I think this is the thing, right? Like first time founding, like you said, you're a bit naive and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's great to have.
Yeah.
Because you need to be, and I think even like if you're ever going to found, you need to have some level of naivety of like this can be done because everyone says no, it can't.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you know, like the second time it's like the distribution where you get the things, all the admin work, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that, especially in this market, because a lot of young people are now doing startups
Yeah.
because they can't get jobs.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them, and like that's why I'm also a little bit jaded with the ecosystems. Like they're getting funding, they're just burning money,
Yeah.
and it's like nobody actually knows. A lot of times, like you gotta, you know, focus on the admin stuff more than anything else.
Yeah.
'Cause that's like 90% of the setup and like the making sure things are working.
Yeah.
And the co-founder relationship.
Mm.
That's like having gone through co-founder breakups. Like,
Yeah.
that's super freaking important.
That's it. Like I trialed and error so many different co-founding relationships. And I mean, I was so nervous about the fact that us as part, like
Yeah.
a relationship, like a romantic relationship going into business and partnership together.
Yeah.
Like I was scared of that. But
It has slight downsides. I think
Yeah.
it's hard to like
You can't
check
separate.
out of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, because you'll be at home and then you'll get an email and you're like, oh, babe, did you check this? You know, it's like
Yeah.
9 p.m. You're like,
sleeping. I'm like, did you
Yeah.
answer that email?
Yeah.
He literally,
Yeah, it literally happens.
Oh, wow.
While
he
sleeping.
He sleep talks at me, right?
Oh,
He
wow.
has this
wow.
habit of being like looking like he's functionally aware and awake and
I'm not-
everything.
Oh,
But he's
okay.
actually sleep
You're like,
talking at me.
okay. Yeah.
Sleep talk work at me. He'd be like, "Do you remember to do that that photo, deliver everything?" I'm like talking to him like, "Yeah, not yet. Well, I'll send it tomorrow." And he's just like, "We got to do it," and then go back to sleep. And
Because
then
what happens, I go to bed like early Rose most of
Yeah.
the time. She's
Yeah.
quite a night owl, I'm an earlier sleeper, so I kind of put on my headphones, my head bang, go to
So he's
sleep,
like,
you know?
did you do the?
Yeah.
It's like your brain's just like processing while you're
It
sleeping.
never rains.
And then in the morning, I was just like, "Oh yeah, I did that thing you asked me to do last night." He's like, "What thing?"
No
Nice.
idea. No
Nice.
idea. Like
Yeah.
one time, you ever played like Black Ops? Like,
Yeah.
You know the numbers.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like when we send out the photos to the client, they pick the photos and they send us back the numbers of the photos they pick. Right.
Okay.
Just before bed, Rose is like, "Hey, can you read me these real quick?" I'm like, sure. Open up my laptop, like 998, 996, and
Literally counting
and,
sheep.
and I'm just like reading them. And I
You just fall
finish
asleep.
it. I'm like, all right, close that, put it off to the side. I'm like, I'm going to bed, pass out, and I wake up middle of the night and I just start saying numbers.
Yeah, he's like,
Okay.
I'm like Mason, the numbers. What do they mean? You know, I'm just like reading out numbers in my sleep.
it's really hard.
Oh,
We can't
man,
separate
it's
our life
crazy.
from the work at all. Like,
Yeah.
sleep, it's rough, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's something we have to work on.
Yeah, like we're trying to get like an office just to put our
Oh yeah, have it
outside of our
separate.
bed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I think
Because
that's important.
and like having everything in one room is really tough. You know?
But like, because we're
Yeah.
in that early phase, it's like it is inevitable that when you're in the early stages of your business,
Mm.
you have to live and breathe it, and at some point
That's
you have
true.
to work. Your number one goal is actually working towards how to figure out your work-life balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting to that stage where you can have a work-life
Yeah,
balance.
back to what the privileges of what like employment at a normal place looks
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish I could just do 9 to 5. I wish
That
I
would
could
be
tell
good.
my boss to fuck off after 5.
Yeah, I mean, even
Right?
then though, like, I don't know. I've always found that I'm also kind of very wired of like,
Mm.
I don't switch off, even in a,
Yeah.
like, even in a normal job. I'm just like, you know, I'm basically plugged in while I'm awake. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still thinking about my work because it's such a big part of my like
too
life.
much.
So I'm just like, it's not like these guys are paying me to do that.
No.
I might as well, you know, do something for me
Yeah.
because I'm going to spend that time regardless.
That's
Yeah.
so true. That's like kind of why I was like also resistant to finding work or being an employee is because like I know what it's like to just like stress and live a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really don't want to stress and live a problem for like banks or like, or a topic I don't
just
give
for
a
someone
shit
else.
about,
Just for someone else.
Yeah.
Both me and Rose wish we had extra time because I think we have both like things we'd like to work on.
Yeah.
You know I mean, like I'd like to work on like I would like to start my own like Instagram, post some reels for myself.
Yeah.
You know, Rose, I think like has a lot of like learning she wants to do. She wants to do like a lot of language
learning. I gotta. I'm
Japanese.
learning Japanese, but admittedly, I'm not doing it so well because I am split between other things. But yeah,
that's true.
Japanese.
I think can only have so many projects at a time.
I know.
Like we just have like one project. It's already too much.
It's too much. I know a customer actually asked me, he goes, "Oh, do you have any hobbies outside of photography?" And I was like,
sleeping.
It was the last time I had a hobby.
Yeah.
My hobbies, man.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm trying to get to a point where it's like I have hobbies, but I also have money and have a life. It's like, how can you choose? You can't have everything, right? It's sad. It's like which one am I going to leave out for now? I'm still figuring that out because I need to sort out the travel thing.
Yeah.
Be in one place if it's going to be a business.
Yeah.
Or this is the thing. There's the trap of like when you have like options and it's convenient and just like, I don't know.
Like, traveling. I love traveling. You're like, I want a bit of sitting down and not moving. And then you go and then you're there for a year and you're like, actually, I want to move again. And
yeah, I mean, I think if I survive some like one place in a year, I'd be happy at this point.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a place for like a year. I mean, my friends were like, because I said this last year, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to settle down. I'm going to do 1 year in this country and I'm just going to chill and I'm going to work and I'm going to be normal. And they're like, maybe you should start with 6 months first. That should be your first goal. And a year later, it still has not happened. So they're like, dude, 1 year's a stretch. Take it a month at a time. Maybe 3 months first. No, 3 months, I think I can do 3 months.
Okay. I mean, you've been doing 6 months in Taiwan.
That's my current plan. I haven't started yet.
Okay.
I haven't started yet. But even with that, it's like I'll probably still do travel 1 week, 2 week here and there kind of thing. Where I'm like, okay, if it's in Taiwan, I can come here really easily. I can go to Korea, visit my friends there.
I think that though, you just gotta live with the fact that no place is ever perfect.
I already kind of know that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I don't think I'm not looking for perfect. I think a lot of it's just like I have friends and people in all these parts of the world. And it's, especially the last few years because of the uncertainty with the startups and with trying to find a career or figure things out. So I think that uncertainty made it really hard for me to just stay in one place where it's like Asia is cheap comparatively to the West.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice to be here. And I feel like I have more freedom, time, space. I think the culture is also a little bit more slow in a place like Japan or Taiwan.
Yeah.
And then because I go to big cities like London, Berlin, Amsterdam, New York, that kind of thing. Everything's super fast paced. London's also so freaking expensive. Right?
It's my fear about going back to Australia.
Yeah. Because then I'm like, I'm going to run out of money. So I'm like, okay, I want to be here because this is where the network is. This is where if I get a job here and stuff, what's going to set me up. I don't want to work in Asia because of work hours and currency. And so I'm like, I got to network. I got to have a presence here. I got to build here. But at the same time, like 3 months or 6 months pass and I'm just like, I can't, I need to run away. I need to go reset in Asia. Because
that's what I mean about just like it is like a catch-22.
It is a catch-22.
You have to choose one of the.
I know.
Two bad options, right? Like.
Or 2 good options.
Oh, 2 good options. Yes,
yeah.
Of course. I know. I'm so jilted by this whole process.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But like, yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about our decision between do we live in Japan or we like move to Australia or something like that. Like Australia has such a work-life balance, beaches, and like everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
But like I started 2 businesses in Australia and they weren't as remotely successful as the one that I built here.
Yeah.
And because there was just an opportunity for people like ourselves here in Japan versus being ourselves back home.
Yeah. We have the advantage of
we have an advantage.
Yeah, like working with like foreigners, the Japanese just don't do what we do,
No.
I think that makes a big difference. But then again, our whole business is always an uphill battle because we don't speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The friction that we're having right now, I'm trying to get visas. It's
like this rock thing, it's just always
something. I mean that's why I decided I'd never want to live in Japan is like after last time, like the amount of bureaucracy, the amount of like I guess just racism that you have inherently here as well and stuff. Like
racism is everywhere,
but like Japan is like another level. I mean, I've lived in other parts of Asia and other parts of the world, and like Japan is just because it's like so like, you know, community mind thing. It's like you said, it's like in terms of people living here, only like 1% are actually foreigners. So it's like such a like, you know, single-minded society. And a lot of the foreign people that I've met or expats I've met here, it's like instead of integrating their cultures, they try to become Japanese. So it's like very weird.
That's a big thing. It's a big thing because they have no flexibility in their culture for say, you know, like
for the differences.
Like they don't want to bend the knee to like where you are.
I mean, like,
but that's kind of why we came here,
and that's why Japan is so great for all these travelers, because they see a world that hasn't been globalized in the way that the rest of the world has. Like we go to the Philippines, we can just go to every shop that exists in the Philippines.
Like every Japanese, every Australian, Canadian shop, it's all there.
It's all there, and we're just like, why would you ever leave? Why would you know? But here in Japan, it's just like the homogeneity of like only their brands, only their
own media,
all of their own media, And then because of that, it grows into the culture that we love seeing. You know, clean streets, all that kind of stuff, right? And so for travelers, they're just like, oh, this is so amazing. It's like going to Disneyland.
It's like another, I think the first time I came here, I was like, it's like a parallel universe. Like it does not feel like the rest of the world in a way. I think I found like my perfect in-between in Taiwan in a way, because they have that Japanese like influence. So you still have a lot of the nice stuff from Japan, like some of the organized stuff, some of the like onsens and like that kind of vibe and more nature centric. But then you also have like the Southeast Asia chaos with like the night markets and like food and stuff. So I really like it there, and like people are just warmer, which is
I've heard it's amazing.
So much nicer. You should definitely go if you haven't been.
Everybody I know who's like from like Hong Kong, Taiwan, like there's just amazing people every time. Like you guys sound awesome.
I mean, I want to say on the record, Japanese people are nice. It's just when you're in the city, they hate you because like you're one of 10 million foreigners. So we just go down to Kichijoji, and then everyone wants to be our friend.
Everybody's chatty as well. Like,
they're so chatty, you know.
It's just not as overloaded.
It's
just like
no, I agree with that. I think like Kyoto as well now is like complete ruin for tourists.
I mean, it's for everybody at this point.
But no, I do see that, but I don't know. In general, it's one of those things with Japan, like I think people are outwardly nice, but like inwardly, it's like very hard to actually become friends with them. It's like very like surface level, kind of like nice conversational, like, you know, you're in the remote parts, you're like what's it called, like something shiny. You're just like this showpiece.
You're special. They never see something like
so
that.
Just like this is just like that one experience, but it's not like we're gonna be friends. You know? And I think that's what I didn't like, was like if I was living here long term, it would be so hard to integrate and actually build that kind of community. Whereas like I can do that in places like Korea or Taiwan or other parts of the world very easily.
I had personal experience around that. I also think it's down to the city as well. Like I lived in Sydney and Melbourne. Like Melbourne grew up, Sydney. And I tried to make adult friendships in Sydney, and it was really difficult. Like I found it even harder than even in Japan to make friends.
Really?
Speaking English, all that kind of stuff. Because it's just the mentality. I mean, I have a whole thesis on why.
Okay.
And I mean, that could be a different podcast.
I mean, give us a quick lowdown. We've got to wrap it up because I have to go to a flight soon. So we've got like 15 minutes. Let's do 5.
15 minutes to be out of here.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it'll take 5 minutes.
So basically, but I actually think it's also down to like the city itself. And how like proximity to people, it makes people more friendly or not friendly to each other.
I don't know, because like I've made a lot of really good adult friendships in a lot of parts of the world, right? Like in London, I have, maybe because I kind of go out and kind of filter for these because I do a lot of events. I host my own and stuff like that.
I mean, no, I'll tell you now, it's about accessibility.
It's
about roads, and my whole thesis is about roads.
Okay, but you said it's like proximity to a city. Next time. Fair. Next time we'll have to do this. We'll have to do this.
Layout of Sydney.
Oh, interesting.
Just like how literally the practicality of building friendships is about the roads. It's like roads literally like are the things that stop you from making friendships.
You can be friends with your neighbor.
I mean, there's that thing. I tell you.
Well,
I tell you.
I guess part
adult
of it,
friendships.
Well, part of it, I think for adult friendships is just that it's a commitment. You know, like any relationship, like, you know, romantic, personal, whatever, like actual friendship is a commitment. And I think that goes to your points, like roads or whatever. It's just about, you know, there will be friction. to form this connection.
Exactly.
And you might not get what you want at the end.
You can't be bothered, so you end up making friends with just your neighbor, which happens to be the same kid who went to high school.
Yeah.
And
you
so
just don't click.
and then you don't click. And so you have to move into, they create circles. They create you. And so you can't get into these in-groups unless you have the things they have. And that's all purely because of location base. Whereas like I go into Melbourne, and Melbourne is like so much more accessible, straight roads, like trams that get you from A to B with like one step. And it's like I make friends from one side of the like adult friendships from one end of Melbourne, and I can still catch up with them on the same day. And it won't be friction. Whereas like in Sydney, they're only about like less than 5 kilometers away, but I have to walk, go up a hill, go winding around or whatever. I don't want to see them.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. It's got to be convenient.
And it was just the way that the city's design has created the mentality of these suburbs, and you can see it.
I mean, that's why urban planning's a thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, when COVID hit Australia, they were able to contain COVID in these boroughs of areas of society because these people don't, like the rich people don't communicate to their neighbors. Like they just stay in their own circle. So COVID stayed in Sydney in one area and died out. In Melbourne, everyone's connected. So COVID just spread across the whole entire city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll probably we'll have to test it. But I mean, Japan has accessibility, but not that many adult friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just.
I mean,
No.
No, I feel like just Japan friendships are harder because the only places you have to meet people was like the club, or like
that's true. They have no free time.
Yeah.
They're all working.
There's also no common spaces. That's not like a paid space to go hang out.
True. I mean, they're disappearing everywhere. That
yeah. But like it's here. It's like what do Japanese do? We have no idea. They go like mango cafe maybe, or like they go.
Yeah, it's all isolation, right? It's all isolation.
Solo activities.
Yeah. And it's also you say it's accessible, but I mean the trains are still expensive as hell. Like.
Yeah. I mean London.
Yeah, comparatively.
Okay.
For us, it's like Australians, it's so cheap. But like, it's expensive as hell. Like, again, for us, like, we're just down the street with down the train line. It still costs us quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's like $2 almost to get down here.
Well, yeah. And you're just kind of like, you come to me.
Yeah.
I have to get on a train.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Again, back to my thesis. It's not about trains. It's actually about how easy it is on foot to get to somebody.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I think we have to probably leave it there. There's plenty more to do, but yeah. Do you want to say anything about the future? Where it's going? The future.
What about us, or like
just anything?
I think we're on the edge of a revolution of love and compassion and in-person activity.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Exactly. In the time right now with so much uncertainty, I think we need to latch on to our
bring back humanity
and everything to just
Yeah.
stabilize.
No, I agree. I think that's why I'm also just like solve the loneliness problem, have fun, bring people together, do good stuff.
I think we're all hungry for that.
Exactly. And like this, you know, joining me on the podcast.
Just hanging out, man.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. That's like the whole point. It's just hanging out with friends and like just chatting.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for coming on. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, of course.
So nice having you.
Yeah, it was good to meet while we could, and then I have a flight in 3 hours, so it's gonna be all 4 hours. Cheers.